Mr. Little.
Okay, applicant is requesting site plan approval to construct a 92-unit multi-level apartment building and associated site amenities. The property is located along Evergreen Drive near its intersection with Old William Penn Highway in the R5 multifamily residential use zoning district. Planning Commission has recommended approval.
Welcome.
My name's Ray Gusty from Farrington McCarty Gray. Jason Kempitz is from AR Building, couldn't make it tonight. He had to go out of town, so I'm filling in for him. So one of the resolutions from the original site plan approval was to limit construction traffic to the west end of Evergreen Drive, which is this yellow area here. So, construction traffic was to come off Old William Penn, up Evergreen into the site, and then out the site back down Evergreen to Old William Penn. So AOR Building is now getting ready to schedule delivery for their prefab wall panels, the floor trusses, and the roof trusses. Those have to be delivered by tractor trailer. Problem now is there's no room for a tractor trailer to turn around on the site. So they're asking for your approval to come this the red route, which would be Garden City Drive down Evergreen to the site, unload, and then continue back down the remainder of Evergreen back onto Old William Penn, which would be like a big loop.
How long would those deliveries, do you think those would continue?
They have it scheduled for 2 truck deliveries a day, Tuesday through Friday, from between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
But how long?
And there would be
Eight a week.
Section A is the angled section. It would be February and March. And then Section B would be
So it'd be 2
April,
tractor
May.
trailers a day for a month?
4 days a week
4 days a week.
or a month.
Are you going to have flag people there for traffic control while they're loading or unloading?
If that's necessary, yes.
It's necessary. I've had complaints from residents already that at the beginning of the project, that some of the larger vehicles were coming down, going west on Evergreen. And your folks were kind enough to put up a sign, no construction vehicles. And I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
Only thing is, I don't know how else they're going to get in there.
Would there be any kind of bond held for the road?
Yeah, they're aware that they would have to bond the remainder of Evergreen Drive and Garden City.
You look at your orange sheets, if you go to page 3 of it, number 11, it's italicized and bold.
Okay,
It sort of tells you, it rewrites that condition.
okay, that's what I wanted to make sure, that
And
was,
you have any idea?
do they have to bond the road? Yes, they do.
thank you.
Where are they coming from? Would they be coming off the Parkway or?
I think that's probably where they'd be coming from.
And the only reason why I ask is, I understand that they couldn't make that turn at the bottom of Evergreen.
Right.
It's pretty rough. I was wondering if they came from the other direction, but then there's that tunnel down there, so
Yeah, you still got to look,
yeah.
well, it's high enough.
You're lucky you could fit a big truck through that tunnel.
How, you think it's going to last a month
Vision's board down there too.
for Part A?
Well,
2 months, you said.
February, March,
He's saying 2 months.
Tuesdays through Fridays.
We place special traffic speed restrictions for the trucks.
Well, the problem on that
They're
street
not going
is
fast on Evergreen.
people park on both sides of that street. And that creates an issue for the larger vehicles. And,
Are they oversized?
pardon me?
I was asking him if they were oversized vehicles.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, but
it's a
they're
standard
normal,
WD-50, I would.
they're normal 53-foot tractor trailer.
Well, they'll make it.
tractor-
But it's only between 10 and 2, right? That would be,
Yes.
that's when they're coming.
Right, and that was our concern, is that they were traveling and not interfering with the bus schedule.
Yes,
Oh, that's interesting, yeah.
yeah, so that,
So they'll
the
be done
timing
by
should be
when?
good.
Between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
So it's not too early that the sound of the vehicles, people be
Right.
screaming about, and it's
And
not
it's
too
before
late.
the-
It's
before the
before the
kids
school
get out of
buses and all
school.
that, yeah, so the timing
It's
sounds
hard to give
good.
them permission to build a building and then not allow them to deliver the supplies, but
Should we put up no parking signs there on the street?
Well, You're gonna have to do that by ordinance, though.
I mean, just temporary, put no parking signs,
I mean,
Like, they can't make it through?
like they do for parades and so forth. It could be considered a parade.
I don't think they're gonna be enforceable.
Oh,
I would think that with a skinny road and irate neighbors, it might be a good idea to put a police officer in that area,
I was thinking it's-
them ours,
No.
to control things.
No, that's a big expense.
Well, maybe the first day.
Is there any other alternative that you guys have thought of besides that space? I mean, in a situation like this, is there any
they could
other?
bring it in by helicopter.
No, not really, it's just, there's just.
I can't see how
room to
else they can
turn-
do
to
it.
turn it
That turnabout.
around.
Been done?
The other option they had was to back up Evergreen all the way.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Back,
That's too many
oh, that's
bends.
craziness.
That's the only way they could get,
Yeah.
to keep
too
truck
many
traffic
turns.
off the other end of Evergreen.
Well, then they would have to supply the flag people at their expense, not ours.
Let me ask you a question. Could you unload on Old William Penn Highway and truck it up?
No, the trusses are too
I don't
long.
think it's-
They're gonna have
Oh,
a crane on site.
Right, okay.
It's just gonna reach over to the truck.
Because
to
you
pick
have a
up.
crane to pick it
Yeah.
up.
Right.
Yeah.
You have a gravel parking area now, and I think that's probably big enough to bring a truck down there and pull off of the road through that gravel parking lot and unload there.
It's a night out.
That way you wouldn't impair the.
you mean at the
road
construction site? Where's he mean?
Well, where the trailer is?
No, where the cars are parked. When you come down Evergreen, make that left turn right across from them two duplexes, there's a gravel parking area there,
Yeah.
which I guess the workers park there. And maybe the workers can park somewhere else, and that truck should be able to come down there and get off of the road.
Yeah, but
and
the
unload
crane
those
won't be able to
trusses.
reach him.
The honest-
Crane
I
won't
think
be
that-
able to reach
I
him.
think,
Yeah, that's the whole problem,
Mr.
right?
Williams, I think that's a little too far down on the site
Okay.
because the building is up a little bit
Yeah.
higher.
The
Crane's gonna
offloading,
be up
Yeah.
where the tires are, like.
the offloading of the truck is not an issue. It actually doesn't take very long. And remember, time is money to these guys.
It's just
They're gonna
the
get off as
travel.
fast as they
Well,
can.
I would think that it would be better if you could supply somebody to direct the traffic coming west off of Garden City Drive and sort of, let it go back and forth, because if the trucks are there, it's going to make it, they're going to have to park along where the structure's starting. So therefore, by creating a safety zone, that flagman can let traffic go, stop, or whatever, because if you're unloading, you're not going to be able to have someone come down Evergreen until you're done unloading.
So Paul, is the condition that they have, flagman?
We can add that condition.
I think that's what we have to do. I think it's the only way to solve this.
Both ends.
Both ends.
Yeah.
Do you think they'd have a problem with that?
I don't think so.
I think we have to put that in there.
So my next question would be, if that doesn't work, then we have to rethink it.
When's this starting? It's February now, so when's the first delivery supposed to come in? Next week? This?
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully you would approve
Wednesday.
it next Tuesday,
Wednesday,
probably,
yeah.
probably
And then
Wednesday.
Wednesday, they're in.
All right.
Okay.
Honestly, they wanted to start yesterday, but they didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay.
Well, time's money, they're not gonna be dilly-dally, and I realize that.
Right, right.
And if it's only 2 trucks a day, and we know what times they're coming, and they have flag people there for those 4 hours so that they're
They're
ready
gonna
no
get
matter
those
what
things
times those
unloaded
trucks
and out of
come.
there.
That sounds reasonable.
I think that's probably the best we can
I
all
would,
hope for.
I would think, Tom, we wanna try it and then see what kind of response you get.
And then let's,
If there's an issue, we can deal with it.
let's look at it after a
Police
week
officer.
or so
That's all.
and decide if it's working well or if it isn't.
Yeah, we'll get some feedback from,
So we're gonna add
That-
the flagman then.
yeah.
You guys have worked with us a number
Yeah,
of times in the
flag
last
ones
couple
that
of
you're
years, so you
I'm sorry?
follow
You can have
through.
flag-
Yeah,
Nope.
they do, they follow through.
Pardon me?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I
I'm comfortable
Two
too,
of them.
but we can't vote till
One
2.
on each end.
All right, so we'll consider this on Tuesday, but
And then cut the
I
head.
think we're getting somewhere.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, do you have a place where, I've had some phone calls, people want to apply for those apartments right now if they can.
I will get you a contract.
Okay. Yeah, give it to Paul, and then he can give it to me. Okay, thanks.